Okay, so for this song, I want to show you guys the structure of it. I'm not going to worry so much about the note for note. Sometimes I think that people get really hung up and they feel, oh man, I got to memorize all these notes and get it just right how they're doing it on the recording. And sometimes I think that hinders the learning process in piano versus just understanding the structure of the song. This song's structure is pretty simple, actually. And I want you to be able to play the main structure of this and then be able to ad lib if you want to, or improvise a little bit and then come back into the main part that's more recognizable versus some of the verses. So check this out, something you can do. So like the structure of the song is just a few chords. We have these ones. It's like 3 chords, right? So it's right? So that's kind of like the gist of this tune. So I'm going to show you the very beginning. I want to show you what I mean by understanding just the structure. And where it starts out like in the middle like this, or in the beginning. Right? And then we have the first verse. Right, and so those are all like note for note things, but I think for you, if you're just learning and you just want to like learn the structure of the song, we should just first know the chords. You know, instead of trying to memorize, and following notes on the screen, which is cool too. If you want to find the actual exact notes, but first get familiar with your left hand and how the structure of the song goes. So, the very first part, we're like, so we're that chord right there, and then we go back down to the G, right? And that comes up a lot over the song. And then the main thrust of the song is right. Now you could play that any way you want. That's what's cool about this song. You go, okay, now that might be kind of hard to play at the same time, so you can just kind of go. And one thing, when you're playing, you can actually you don't have to play every one of these chords. Like, see how I didn't play that F minor there again? So you can kind of go da 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 da. That will work. And then so for these verses, you could kind of just play there because it's specific how they sing it. It's very there's specific notes there, and a lot of them go out of the key, just for the pizzazz of the song, which is cool. But if you're just learning, you're like, man, I just want to kind of play this. I don't want to have to memorize every single one of these notes, but still, you can still play it like this, and people are going to recognize it because the main chorus thrust of the song is you're going to be able to recognize it. It's this. Right? So that's just walking right up the scale. You can kind of do whatever there, but that's the main. Okay, so I'm going to make sure you got this chord part because I kind of skipped over that. So for me, when I'm just kind of playing around, it's kind of go, and don't worry if I don't have the exact notes from the album or the recording. So right, so you can kind of just play however you feel up here, just as long as you're in the key. And just kind of do this pattern however you want to do it. You know, it's just using these chords over and over again. And then we get to this is like the kind of the main part, so it's then we're back to the beginning chords. Right? So those are like just the main parts. So what I would encourage you to just kind of play the chords. And see how I'm always doing something different just to have fun with it and to play around, and nothing is wrong really as long as you play those chords. You go. And you kind of have fun with that, and then then it's back into the same kind of verses thing, and the left hand does this again over and over, right? The only other part is there's this middle part, and this actually it sounds kind of cool, so you can just kind of have fun with this too. It's And so for that, you can see I kind of played that along to show you kind of how I do it to keep the rhythm and just kind of making it sound nice. But just the chords by himself is. There you go. And it's a chord we've done before. It starts just like the beginning. And then it's just a matter of taking these parts that I showed you, and you can just kind of play with the song. That's what I did when I was just kind of learning the song. I was just playing along like I was being the accompaniment, like and someone was singing. So it's kind of fun. Like you can kind of play whatever rhythm there, but I kind of play with the silent. And you could do that too. So you just play with the song and get really good at it, and then you could come up with something in the right hand, and then after you get this, we can kind of play it without thinking, this left hand and the rhythm of it. Well, then go check out some of those other YouTube videos where they are showing you the exact note for note what they're singing, and then you can go along with it. But when I learned song, this is a great way to learn it. Is when you are playing along with it, you just understand the structure, so you don't have to think about it as you're thinking of what next to play in your left hand when you're trying to figure out what the melody was in your right. So that's a good way to learn it. I encourage you to try it with this one, because this one's kind of fun. It's got that great beat to it, So give this a whirl. Let me know how it goes. Also, I will have the MIDI sheets for this. And understand MIDIs are it's basically what I've been playing. And they look pretty messy because we can't make actual sheet music for this. They have the sheet music out there they want you to buy. So, but you could take a look at my MIDI stuff. It's written out music of just what I was playing here. So it's going to be jumbled up and not quantified, lined up nicely. But you'll at least be able to kind of see. You can throw it in your machine and take a look how it looks. Kind of helps some people. So, all right. I hope you have fun with this.